Well, it has finally come to this. Movie theaters are now putting out disclaimers and begging those attending the Minecraft movie, please don't destroy our theaters. Please lay off the chicken jockey nonsense. It's gotten so bad that even Jack Black has made an appearance to beg. Please, fans, please stop it. We can't handle any more popcorn and butter being thrown about. Today, we'll tell you about a theater chain that's actually going the opposite way and saying, have at it, trash the place. Just please keep buying tickets. Hello, folks. Welcome back. We are so happy to have you where we are hotter than lava chicken straight off the grill. And folks, as we get ready to dive into a real thrill when it comes to cinemas, whether it is a thrill they want or not, we'll explain. Well, we only ask that you click the like button. And folks, we'll get underway with a panel of excellence ready to break down what's going on. Turns out teenagers are breaking down theaters. And well, as much as they love them, only one theater chain seems eager to have them do the same for the next few weekends. All right, folks, take a look at this. It's out of The Independent. Jack Black has been forced to wade in as a Minecraft movie. Theater mayhem continues. Some movie theaters are now banning unaccompanied children. We'll scroll fast and we'll do our best to get rid of that because, can we? Yeah, we got to get rid of that. Oh, you got to love the rules of YouTube. It's like, no, it's a Family Guy clip. Get rid of it fast before they strike us down. All right. Jack Black made a surprise appearance at a screening of Box Office Smash, a Minecraft movie over the weekend, to urge fans not to throw popcorn. In the movie, Jack Black's character, Steve, sees a baby zombie fall onto the back of a chicken and shouts, "Chicken jockey!" The moment has caused theater goers to erupt into chaos by screaming or throwing popcorn, and I have experienced it. Not that great of an experience to have, although the kids loved it. For those wondering, a chicken jockey, a baby zombie riding a chicken, is an extremely rare phenomenon in the game and one of the hardest villains to defeat. In videos posted to social media, 55-year-old Black can be seen entering a theater shortly before the film begins with a microphone. It says, for today's presentation of a Minecraft movie, please no throwing popcorn, no lapis lazuli, and also absolutely no chicken jockey, he says, as fans in the cinemas realize who he is, and he shows off Steve's prop pickaxe. So they've had to bring in Jack Black to beg them, please don't destroy the theaters. And that's not all, folks. In case you're wondering how big this is, well, take a look at this. From Jessa at Scared Girl Tweet, it says, note the disclaimer before the Minecraft movie, this has gone too far. Yeah, before the movie plays now, it brings this to you and basically begs, please don't destroy us. So we get the sheep and it says, be kind. And then it says, be respectful. And then it says, popcorn buckets are equal or less to ender pearls. So do not throw the buckets. Now, there are theaters that have decided they can't stop this. So how are they going to survive it? Well, Dixerto has the article here. It says, shouting chicken jockey, and I am Steve, is officially encouraged. A United Kingdom cinema chain announced some Minecraft movie screenings where fans can go wild. In other words, there are theaters now that are like, you know what? If we can't fight them, we'll join them. Here you go. Here's popcorn. Here's whatever. We'll clean it up. This is the screening to go crazy. And these other screenings are the ones where normal people can go to. But if you want to do this, if you want to destroy our theater, here's the hour you can go to it. This is amazing. And here's the wild thing about it, guys. Cinemas are so desperate to have people come see movies. And this is such a big win that at this point, theaters are like, you know what? You want to come over and trash the place? They're kind of like a really lonely guy who keeps asking, you know what? It's like Rick Moranis' character in Ghostbusters, right? It's like, so Dana, you want to come over and watch some Minecraft maybe? You know, we can play some Parcheesi to be... I know it's a bad impression, but it's that idea. It's the idea of, we're so desperate for you. We'll give you a screening or two for you to destroy our property.
I don't think they're inviting the destruction. Even Dixerto responded to their own tweet there saying they have, however, warned no throwing, no mess, and no filming the screen.
Okay, so, well, I'm being a little facetious. Okay, so, but guys, how odd is this that they're actually this has become the Rickroll of cinemas. They're having to say, stop it, stop destroying us. We love you, but stop destroying us.
It kind of makes me wonder, like, if The Room had gotten a wide release, if we would be looking at something like this. You know, it is good for theaters for people to be so enthusiastic about this. And the director of the film, Jared Hess, is like, well, don't arrest people. They're throwing popcorn. Ask them to leave. I think they're leaning into it as much as possible because they're making some serious money here. And I hope that the theater managers are not ruining their snatching defeat from the jaws of victory here, to use a phrase.
I was going to say, in the U.S., I've noticed it's been more of the workers that have been complaining, right? Well, it's like, oh, because you actually have to do your job for once. Because I was waiting for this where the theater owners were like salivating when they saw their bank accounts after this last 2 weeks here. So I'm sure they're like, if they want to throw popcorn, let them throw popcorn. And I was reminded of what it used to be like going to the theater. Kids used to do this crap all the time. That's why the floor used to be so sticky. Right? You used to have a kid who would come in afterwards and sweep up afterwards for that very reason. Like, that's what they used to do. And I get it. Theaters are understaffed, and it's the studio's fault. But the other half of this is just kids are lazy and they don't want to do their job.
Yeah.
Not all kids, but there's a faction of this generation coming up that just do not want to work.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
I'm of two minds about it because when I worked in movie theaters, when I was a manager, I used to have to cover Rocky Horror Picture Show every Friday.
Kevin knows then. Sunday. Thank you. Yeah, you want to see a mess.
Yeah, like it took us hours, and we're talking like 3 people with leaf blowers, and it was a mess. You grow to love the enthusiasm for the people who are there, and then you kind of hate them a little bit when it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you have to clean up after them. But this is, as long as you can, and I'm not trying to sound like, old man yelling at the sun. Some of it is, yes, the theater workers kind of have to suck it up, right? Like when we were all kids, when we were all kids in the some of us in the 80s and 90s, depending on what theater you went to on what side of town, it may have been a little rowdy, right? Like I think of like the scene in The Last Dragon when they go to see the Bruce Lee movie. Like, that's what movie theaters used to be like. If you went to a certain neighborhood, people just really loud and throwing stuff all over the place. It just kind of came with the territory. But at the same time, yeah, these places are understaffed, and you are in a really tight clock to get that theater turned over. And now, because of things like Yelp, if it's not spotless, you are going to get served up to the Karen gods immediately. The other part of it is, hey, like, a little bit of common sense and be courteous, because if I'm there with my kids and my kids are a little more reserved, it might be a little jarring to have a bunch of 13-year-olds screaming at the top of their lungs and throwing stuff everywhere. I think the happy medium is to say, hey guys, if you want to kind of act the fool, this is the theater you're going to do it in. These are the shows you can do it in. Go have at it, and just as long as you don't throw anything at our screen, we're good to go. So, and theaters, that magic is gone. So anything to kind of get a positive experience and get people excited, you have to lean into it. I don't really think they have a choice.
Well, I'll tell you, I was in the theater. Well, real quick, I was in the theater when this happened. I mean, people went crazy, and there were clearly fathers who did not know this was a thing. And they were ready to fight, they turned around ready to fight. And then they realized that, these were teenagers, and then the teenagers ran out of the theater, but I'm talking about hundreds of dollars of popcorn was thrown up in the air at Chicken Jockey. And then for the people who don't know, this is buckets. Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's a completely different complaint,
but so these dads though, who didn't know this was a thing, I mean, they're angry, and so theaters are going to have to say, either say don't do it, or say this is a thing, so that other people know what's about to happen, so you don't get into fights.
Well, it's funny. My local theater had the problem when people were regularly attending theaters. There would be people who would just not shut up the entire time. Now, if there was I don't know what this is like at an Alamo Draft House where they're notorious for being sticklers, but if theaters have the option of another movie having the same enthusiasm behind it as Minecraft, they should say yes from a financial standpoint. But if this is something that ends up being the behavior in, I don't know, for lack of a better way to put it, the next like Renee Zellweger rom-com, okay, this is obviously going to change the dynamic of what that movie is. I think for Minecraft, it pluses the experience. As a person who actually, I saw it as a kids movie directed by the director of Napoleon Dynamite, with a lot of that sense of humor in it. This was a good thing for the movie. Also seeing it is a meme movie. This is a movie that the audience is supposed to lean in and say, oh, this is our special thing. But also the little kids that I went with really loved it for what it is for them, which is there's multiple audiences seeing different things that are bringing them into the theaters. Don't throw out a bunch of popcorn and then not expect to be asked to either clean it up yourself or leave. That's your part of your responsibility as a human, is if you make the mess, you're supposed to be the one to clean it up or accept the consequences of it, and leave the chicken out of it.
That's right. Don't leave the theater looking like the Nether. This baby to bed. This video is over. Turn off the lights, but not quite yet, folks, because we do ask one final thing before we say goodbye, and that is, would you consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Also greatly appreciated, anytime you would like to share this out on your favorite social media platforms, well, we would love that. And we'd also love to hear your thoughts. Folks, drop a comment down below and use that beautiful mind of yours. If you would not mind, we'd love to know what you're thinking. Also, if you would like to become a member of the channel, it's as simple as clicking the join button. It is the price of a soda per month, and you'll gain access to all kinds of new, cool, exclusive information. Folks, until the next time we have the honor of spending time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun. Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.